Yo! Alright. So, we got a tip I'm going to give to all the no-fap burrs out there. For those on the journey, right? So, I'm just going to give you a little, kind of a little perspective that might help you on staying consistent with no-fap, okay? I want you to recognize just this one thing. Now, you've heard this many times. Maybe this is your first time running into the video. Maybe this is your 10th to 20th time hearing about this. Not the point. Point is, I just understanding this principle, I feel is, not principle, just understanding this concept is going to help you. Okay? Conserve your seed to plant into the world and the work and the relationships and the life that you live. Not into the mattress, not into your hand, not into the toilet bowl, or wherever the fuck you're doing it at. Okay? This is what I mean, guys. Okay? So for those of you that don't know, you know, semen is commonly looked upon, you know, it's as life force. In ancient times, they believed this to be a very critical life force. You know, that's why semen retention is so big, and that's why you get all the benefits that you do, because it contains a lot of fucking power within it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about creating civilizations with this shit. Like Kanye said, none of us would be here without cum. So, you know, fuck. So what I'm saying is, back to the seed thing, right? So semen is commonly looked upon as that seed. It has a lot of power, and there's a lot that you can use with it, right? Hence why you get all the benefits, and why you get so productive, why you get so sharp, why everything starts to go on when you stop masturbating, why everything starts going your way is because you're holding on to that power and you're using it, right? And when you learn to really harness the power of sexual transmutation and being able to utilize that, right? That's where essentially you're learning to use your seed, use that sperm, that built up sex energy. And even for women too, this goes, you know, the orgasmic energy that you tend to have, right? That sexual energy that gets pent up. It's the same thing when you're just like, oh man, you know, I don't know how it is for a woman in comparison to a guy, but when you guys touch yourself, you know, and you please yourselves, but holding on to that energy, you know, even though you don't have semen necessarily, you still have a lot of sexual energy that can be potentially used in your life, right? You know, no-fap ain't just on guys. It's also for women too, you know? And what I'm trying to say is, right? So, yeah, got that across. So now you know about the seed, right? Now, thing with this seed is, when you're able to, basically utilize it, right? Because like I said, a lot of us just go right into our beds, get that porn on, right? Get that lotion, right? My mama always saw that shit, right? And then you start just getting to work on yourself. You start pleasing yourself, you start satisfying that sexual energy, and then you let it all go, and it feels so fucking good. I'm not even gonna lie, sometimes I can't even walk after that shit. You know, you just, oh, your legs get so dead, you gotta sit down, and then all of a sudden you're tired for the rest of your day. You see how that works? It's like, ooh, you really don't want that. You really don't want that, right? Because now, yeah, you pleased yourself and you got yourself good, but now you just gave up your seed for energy, productivity, placement. You just deposited it. You just let it go. So now you don't really have that much to offer to the world, as in comparison to where you worked 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks on NoFap. That seed had really cultivated itself, right? So what we're talking about today is sexual transmutation. Putting your seed, that sexual energy, that semen, into the world, right? The way I put it into the YouTube videos, the way I put it into what I do, the way I'm able to get out of bed and take care of myself, the way I'm able to go and shoot music videos and films, the way I'm drafting my script, the way I'm able to get into the world and work out and do what I'm supposed to do, the way I'm able to drive myself forward like the divine masculine should, right? To do what I have to do and handle business. That is what sexual transmutation is all about. This is what you need to do when you have a fucking urge. This is what you need to do whenever you get that sexual energy. Listen to me, a divine man never lets his sexual energy get trapped in the sacrum. Sacrum. I could be wrong about that one. If it's not the sacral chakra, then I apologize. Correct me and slam me, please, if that's wrong. But a man never allows his sexual energy to just get trapped and stay down there. He can breathe it into his body and he can enlighten. It glows. He can show that shit and he can use it, right? So whenever I'm getting an urge, I'm like, damn, I want to fuck something. Or, I'm thinking, god damn, I'm horny as fuck right now. Don't allow your sexual energy just to get trapped in that area, right? Yeah, you might be getting hard, you're getting turned on. Great. Breathe that shit, right? Breathe that shit through your body. Feel it go throughout your veins, your heart, your brain. Feel it in the full body spectrum, not just at the head, right? Not just in the balls. Let it stem from the balls into your body, right? Breathe that shit. And then start getting to work on something. Start doing something. Be like, I'm gonna go take out the fucking trash. I'm gonna sweep some fucking floors. I'm gonna mop. I'm gonna do something just so that I don't end up, because now you're gonna put your seed towards something. You're gonna go find something to work on. You're gonna go find something to put your energy towards. Put yourself into it, and then what's gonna happen? You create this wonderful idea. You create this wonderful spectrum of creativity, of honesty, and desire, right? My eyes. Sorry about that. Right? When you have that urge, you essentially take that sexual energy, you breathe it through your body, and you're able to push it. You're able to exert it to the thing that you're doing. Whether that's a YouTube video, whether that's sweeping floors, and whether that's your job, whether that's maybe the car, even if it's not just something productive, maybe you're out and about, right? And you start getting that urge, and let's say you just, I don't even know. I don't know. I was going somewhere with that. Hell, you might even fucking just decide hey, I'm just go out for a fucking walk, right? Breathe in the world. Even something as simple as that, just cultivating that energy, right? Learn to master the sexual energy within yourself. Learn to obtain, control, and use the way you would go into a bathroom and viciously stare at that screen and please yourself. And even if you don't use porn, just getting in there, thinking about your girl or your man. Maybe you're thinking about multiple girls, thinking about multiple guys, just cream pieing the fuck out of you, right? I don't know what your fantasies are. Maybe you thought about the stepsister. Not the point. Point is, the way that you'd put your energy into... Actually, Kanye West put this really well. He said... I wish I still had it on my phone. Went along the lines of... He said, you see people try so hard to look so... They look really good. They take care of their hygiene. They put on nice clothes. They make themselves look all good. They go out, go get a woman. Just for a night. Now imagine if people took the type of energy they did into trying to get sex into something productive, into work ethic. And then James Baldwin also said another amazing quote. He said, man, you give up all your energy when you come. I mean, all of it. So how the hell are you going to have something to, how the hell are you going to hit when it's time to give for that gig? You know, if you come before your gig, how the hell are you going to hit? How the hell are you going to do what you're supposed to? I mean, we talk about this James Baldwin, man. I don't listen to him, but you know, like, you're talking about two of the greatest musicians. Two greats. I don't know what great is, but just two greats, right? And they're telling you, put in that sexual energy into work ethic. And telling you that saving that energy and putting it into playing the fucking trumpets, into producing the beats, into getting on the mic, into writing on the pen and paper, into doing whatever the fuck it is, right? Saving that energy, instead of worrying about going to bust the nuts, instead of going out to do all this shit, they saved it for this. Even Mike Tyson, 5 years without sex, right? Because his coaches were like, you know, girls are going to distract you and shit. That's from what he said in an interview. And boxers, they believe this shit. You got meaner. You got stronger. I mean, holding on to that shit when it was time to compete, bro. Oh, yeah, you was ready to go. Why? Because they held on to that shit. And then they knew when it was time to give for training, they transmutated what they would have probably normally done, went and fapped it off, and, you know, got their shit off there. Give themselves a little pleasure, but then they gave up all their energy they need to train and go hard because they got a fucking opponent that he's ready to hurt them, right? That's what we're talking about, man. We're talking about instead of using it, instead of just depositing your seed for a little bit of pleasure, save that seed and fucking deposit it into the world. You heard Kendrick Lamar, I'm gonna fuck the world for 72 hours. That's what we're talking about, man. Take that seed and start fucking the world with your content, with your work, with your shit. Start putting that shit into your life, man. Take your universe and just, you know, fuck the world. Claim that shit and start exerting your energy into it. You know? So, hopefully, you guys take something away from that. Next time you have an urge, man, just think about that. I can put this to something valuable. This energy is here now. I can breathe it in and I can go use it for something. Talk to y'all next time. Oh, and it was good. It wasn't even that long.